Baseball news, the Tampa Bay Rays are at it again, locking up some of their young blood. This is the third player in a week who they've locked up to an extension. So they're either locking up these young kids like Juan DeFranco, buying out all their pre-arb and arb and giving them years beyond it, or a guy like this Yandy has. Now, he's 31 years old. He's not one of the young cats, but he plays multiple infield positions. And let's say they locked him up to a 3-year, $24 million deal, buying out last 1 or 2 years of arbitration. So they also locked up Jeffrey Springs this past week on a 4-year, $31 million deal, and Pete Fairbanks to a deal for $12 million over 3 guaranteed years. So they're locking up a lot of these young pieces. Now, Yandy Diaz, just to give you an idea, he got a WAR of 3.5 this past year. 9 home runs, batted .296, 140 hits, and 473 at-bats. Again, he plays first base and third base. So the versatility is there. He's a righty on both sides, batting and throwing. So, and again, it brings versatility to the Rays, who are a dynamic team. And again, you don't need 1 or 2 superstars. I mean, these guys have a balanced squad across the board, which is one reason why they're always formidable every other year. So, or for a couple years. I mean, they had a little bit of a down year last year. They have some injuries, but locking up these young pieces is important. You're following kind of the Braves model, and if I'm the Yankees, I'm paying attention because this is what they're going to have to face over the next several years. So, if I'm like, we should lock up Oswaldo Cabrera, we should lock up Anthony Volpe, we should lock up Oswald Peraza, instead of waiting for all their RBs and stuff like that to then have to give them $200 million or whatever, some ridiculous, especially if they keep playing. So it might be wise for them to lock up some of these young kids. Even if you buy out all these 5, and they'll take money. Even if it's $3 million a year, it's like 4 times more than they would make in ARB. So, and then you can even buy a couple years on that, beyond that, and have them here until they're 28, 29, or 30. And then let them walk in free agency if you want to do that. But you'd have, 8 or 10 of their prime years, which is exactly, what the Braves are doing, which is exactly what the Rays are doing. It's teams like the Mariners with Julio Rodriguez. Like, that's the way to do it. So, if I'm the Yankees, I'm paying attention here. These are smart baseball moves by, again, well-run, organized teams. And again, not having to worry about any of these positions for the next several years. It kind of gives them a little bit of breathing room, gives them the ability to kind of load up in other areas, pitching and player development and whatever else, because they're very good at all those. So I'm hoping that the Yankees are paying attention with this stuff. And again, because you get an idea of what the Yankees are going to have to face over the next couple of years in their own division. So it kind of gives them an idea of how to construct their team. Which young players do we want that complement or counter their young players, their dynamic players? So it gives a lot of intel to the teams. And if I'm the Yankees, like I said, it'd be a wise idea to consider doing this stuff. So, but that's what I got for you right now. Okay, we'll go over this stuff. We'll go over the next season's top off season. I should say next off season's top free agents tonight in the live stream. So I hope you're around. Join us. We'll have some fun. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet and you enjoy this content, please do so and just hit the notifications. That way you don't miss anything. I want to make sure that you enjoy it and don't miss it all. So I thank you for that. But Rays, 3rd player this week. They've locked up. 3rd player this week. So, from the Yankees, and you want to lock up Bader, do it sooner than later before he gets really pricey. If you want to lock up Severino, do it sooner than later before he gets really pricey. Like I said yesterday in the video, next offseason, the top free agents, there's going to be it's going to be pitching heavy. So, and if you're pitching, if they're good pitchers, they'll be at the top of the pay scale. So Severino pitches really well, he's going to cost some money, and rightfully so. Just like Blake Snell, just like Julio Urias, who I think the Dodgers are going to wind up bringing him back anyway, but you never know. You never know. There's a lot of good free agent pitching available next offseason. So, and if they lose Severino, they're going to have to replace him with somebody. So, and they have to replace Frankie Montas because I don't think he'll be back after 2023. So I think he'll be playing for someone else. But with that said, this is what I got for you right now. Let me know what you think, and I'll talk to you tonight.